So I just got off work. It's not like my usual videos, dark parking lot late at night, but I just had a thought pop into my head that I think could be helpful for a lot of you guys. It's helpful for me, I know that for sure. And I feel like I talk best about something when it first is fresh in my head. Like, I could wait and put it on the notes app, come back to it later, but it's going to be inauthentic and a little more scripted. So basically, the whole point is in January, I had like 8 monthly goals, and I achieved 6 of them. And then the other 2 that I didn't achieve, I got really close, and I wrote down how close I got. Very close. I just didn't mark it off. Point is, put in a lot of good work in January. February, though, I had those same 8 goals, but all the numbers were just bumped up a little bit. So like in January, I wanted to weigh 150 body weight. February was like 153. That was actually one of the ones I hit both months. But my other goals, because I had 8 in February as well, I only hit like 2. And I finally identified what stopped me from being able to hit as many as I did in January and why I fell short in February. It's because I started to put less emphasis and focus on the inputs and the work I was putting in. And I started thinking about the big picture too much. And I started questioning, because I put in, I've posted like 100 shorts, or like Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, TikToks, whatever you want to call it, all across the board on each platform. I posted 100. It's like the same ones, but like over 100 now within like a month and a half or something, within 2 months. I feel like that's pretty good input. Problem is, in February, I started asking myself, I was like, dude, I've done all this work and I'm not getting the outputs and the results that I want. Why is that? And that led me to be less motivated, because I started questioning the process and the work that I'm putting in, and asking, is it actually going to work out? Is it going to be worth it? What if this is all just a waste of time? And that's why I didn't hit as many goals this month. And if I really don't want to hit my long-term goals, that's one good way to do it, is to not achieve my short-term and not focus on the inputs. Because if you're not focusing on the inputs at all, you're not going to get any outputs. The best thing that you can do is just keep your head down, keep putting it in, doing the stuff that you know you need to be doing, because you already know what you need to do. It's not that hard. Like, any information you need is out there. So this month in March is just starting out, fresh month. Got the same like 8 goals, just set the bar a little higher again. And I'm going to do better this month. I'm going to do better than I did in February. I want it to be another month like January. Because while I'm not seeing some of the goals, I'm seeing tangible results, like my bench. Obviously, that's like immediate response. Like I said, bench more, and I benched more. But some of my goals, like posting, I think I did 60 reels in January, 30 reels in February. The results that I'm wanting, the outputs, those aren't the goal. Okay, sorry. The inputs are posting, and the goal is also the same as the input. It's not like the output is not as tangible, and I'm not really seeing what I want from that, and that's why it's hard. So I have to remove the emotion from that, think logically, and think that if I just keep doing that, it will work eventually if I give it enough time. Because it's not like I'm some exception. Like, if anyone posts enough, and this isn't even for posting, I'm thinking it too much about that, but if you're going to the gym and you're not seeing results either, you're not special. You're not the exception that is never going to see results in the gym for going for months. If you go to the gym for months, you will see results if you're doing the right things. Maybe you're doing the wrong things, but if you're doing the right things, you dial everything in, you get a training plan, you eat right, you track your calories, you will see results. It's like math. It's literally logic. If you do the inputs, the outputs will happen. And you're not some special exception. I kind of found myself thinking that in February. I was like, bro, what if it's impossible for me to just... Because I'm not even really gaining followers. I'm getting a couple followers from posting hundreds of times. But it's like very minimal. It's not what I expected. And I found myself asking, like, dude, what if this just isn't for me? What if I just need to give up? Try something else? What if I'm just not meant to do this? That's why I didn't hit my goals this month. Or most of them. The other thing I mentioned earlier, I don't know if you guys caught it, is I said, what if I'm putting in all this energy for nothing? But the thing is, I don't know if you guys remember, back in like high school or whatever, learning in science class, learning about the law of conservation of energy. How energy is not created or destroyed, it's only transferred. I've really been thinking about that a lot recently. Been trying to keep that in mind because it's really helpful, and I'm noticing it in so many different aspects of life. It's just I'm thinking about remembering how the work that I'm putting in, the energy I'm putting in, let's say one day I stop posting. Let's say I stop doing this and I do give up because I think that energy was for nothing. It's not, because the energy is still there. It doesn't get destroyed. It doesn't go to waste. Because, for example, for this, I'm putting in all this work with making content, I'm learning a lot more about training and nutrition because it's what I'm teaching my clients. So I need to be always learning new things as well so that my clients can get even better as well and benefit from my learning of pushing everything I know, pushing it even further. I'm learning all this stuff and practicing posting, trying to get better at posting, doing better content creation, and then expanding my knowledge of being in the gym, training, nutrition. No matter what, even if for whatever reason this doesn't work out, that energy will always be there, ready to be used again. Back in high school, senior year, this is another example. I was really, really into working out, got a crazy physique, I'd say. I was really proud of it. And then when I got to college, within like a few months, I lost 20 pounds of the muscle that I had worked so hard to build for like over a year. I spent every single day in the gym, everything in my life, I was just focused on the gym for that senior year of high school. Once I lost all that 20 pounds, got skinny again in college, I thought it was for nothing. That was until recently when I got back into lifting again and got serious about it finally. I realized that energy was just stored. All that work that I had put in was stored up because I rebounded so quickly. When I started lifting again, tracking my calories, eating in a huge surplus, lift every single day, track every single day. Did that for like 3 months straight. I gained it all back. And it's because of that muscle memory. Muscle memory, aka that stored energy. Because I got, over the last 3 months, the gains that I made, getting back to the physique that I have now, that does not come as easy if you don't have that muscle memory. Because your body can put the muscle back on a lot easier. All this to say, I hope that you guys are able to find some value in this and apply it to some situation in your own life. Hopefully that's being in the gym. But I hope that you can apply it in some form or fashion. Think about, it doesn't even have to be current. If you're currently putting in a lot of work and you're not getting results, keep that in mind. Keep in mind that work you're putting in is storing that energy. Even if the thing you're trying to do, you don't get a result from it right now or even like in the next couple years, one day it will show itself and you'll realize that that was that stored energy. But also, think about it in the past as well. Think about past experiences that you've had and ways that you can extract that energy from those past things that you did and use them now. Like, I'll give another example. I'm trying to think of some good examples just to show you how broad this concept can be used and how useful it is. Back in that senior year as well, I tried personal training. I got my personal training certificate, spent a whole weekend doing it, studied for weeks for the exam, got my certification, and then I only trained a few guys back then. And it was in-person training. I didn't know what I know now about business models, and how to run it profitably. Because I was like targeting kids my age, high schoolers. They don't have money to pay for fitness coaching. They're not going to pay a whole lot. I was charging like $10 an hour. And over the past few years, I looked back on that and I thought it was just wasted. I was like, bro, spent hundreds on the exam and the certification, spent all that time studying, learning, training those guys, and it was all just kind of for nothing. I think I probably only made like a couple $100s from all that. Now I'm looking back on it and I'm thinking that was such a valuable experience, because now I'm so much more comfortable with training guys, because I trained guys back then 4 years ago. I'm not new to it. I know how to get people results again. And that certification, the exam that I did, that taught me so much knowledge back then that I still know now. That's just another example. I was really regretting that for a few years. And then I was able to realize the value in the stored energy that was waiting for me to unlock. I'll give you one more example before I let you guys go. It's not related to fitness, but I've tried a lot of different business ventures in the last, honestly, my whole life I've been doing this shit. Like, as young as being in elementary school, selling artwork to my family, sell duct tape wallets and shit to my friends at school. But then actually, like, more legit, and then I did the personal training senior year, and then freshman year of college, I did selling on Amazon FBA. That was like kind of the first more legit business. Put in a few $100s, and I was going to start doing mobile detailing. Then scrapped that idea because I realized, well, I basically gave up on it. And then tried drop shipping, tried doing YouTube with the intent of like being fucking Mr. Beast and like sponsorships. I'm doing YouTube now, but it's not for that reason. Now I'm doing it for online coaching and to promote fitness coaching. But back then it was just like trying to chase the views, get famous and shit, which I don't really care about now. So that was, and I treated it like a business. I was putting in a lot. I spent thousands on the videos. And then up until now, I did a bounce house business. I'm still running that though, so I don't consider that stored energy because I'm using it now. But basically, those 4 examples of different businesses that I just laid out, it's easy to look back on those, on the mobile detailing where I spent hundreds of dollars. Look back on that and think like, damn, I just pissed away a few $100s. Literally, the only cars that I ever mobile detailed was mine and my girlfriend's, because I was calling it like practice. Like, I'm practicing to be good when I do clients' cars and stuff. I got to the point where it was time to start advertising, and I kind of started questioning, how the fuck do I do that? I didn't really know what to do, and I just quit. I just gave up after sinking hundreds of dollars in, and I learned a little bit about like customer service, customer satisfaction, how to treat a service-based business like that. And I looked back and I was like, bro, I didn't make a single dollar from that. Lost hundreds on that. But no, all that money I spent, all that time I spent, it was putting it into that stored energy and value that I was able to unlock later down the road. You could look at it as part of that value being extracted was literally I kept all the supplies and tools that I used then. Like all the stuff for cleaning a car, I've basically used it all up over the past 4 years because, you know, washing my own car and stuff. So that wasn't like lost value. It was used eventually. Another funny part of that is bought a shop vac, little vacuum thing. And I bought a nice one for like over $100. I think it was like $150. And I was like, bro, when the fuck am I ever going to use this now? Maybe when I have a house or something. When I started my bounce house business last summer, that is the like exact type of vacuum that I needed to be cleaning out the bounce houses. I was like, that was a full circle moment. And when I started kind of realizing the power of this principle and remembering it, because I was like, holy shit, I thought I wasted the $150. But now it's like now I don't have to pay for it now. It's lowering my startup costs for my bounce house business. I'm going to keep going with this because this is probably my favorite part of this video. Good thing I saved it for the end, so you guys are sticking around. You guys benefit the most. With the Amazon business, it's just like when you do stuff like that, you just learn. Like, I actually got a legit LLC for that, doing like business licensing, sales tax, things like that. I learned all those skills back then. So then when I started my bounce house business, which I consider is like my first like bigger success, and like so far it's done well, and I know it's going to blow up this summer and it's going to be great. I look back on the Amazon stuff, like that licensing shit and the taxes, I spent days, like dozens of hours trying to study that, learning how that all works, and I was getting really overwhelmed back then because I was like 18, freshman in college. I didn't know what the fuck to do. But I look back on that, and all that stress of learning all that was so worth it, because now when I started the bounce house business, I already knew all that stuff. And I would look back on it, and I only made $1,000 profit with that Amazon FBA business over the course of like 2 months. So it's like nothing, like $500 a month. Like, it's not even really worth it to do that full time or whatever. But those skills that I learned were so valuable, and it was just stored energy that I was able to use again. I don't know if I'm speaking to the right audience right now, because the whole reason I'm doing this is for fitness coaching clients. So I should be talking about fitness, but talking about just these other examples really fires me up, and I hope that you guys can feel that and feel my energy going through the screen to you guys, and amps you up, inspires you guys to apply it to your fitness journey. Even if it's not fitness, just apply it to your life. I hope it can help. I guess that's it. I was gonna keep going, but I'll cut it there. I feel like I said some good points, so hope you guys can take something from it. I appreciate you if you stayed to the end. Good luck.